Hey. One moment, please. I swear, I've been legitimately streaming for 9 months, and I still can't just start. Like, I'm live, and then there's 10 things I need to do before I can start. It's actually kind of frustrating. I'm good at developing pipelines and procedures, and I can't believe this is an issue, but the more I look at it, the more I realize it's a problem. Yeah. Okay. Hey, as you can see, there is a game at the bottom of the screen. And minor changes and improvements have been going on to allow progress in the game. Enough said. What we don't have, though, is more than one character. We have one character, the Marauder character. So if I'm going to go ahead and open the queue. And if I'll set it to be an AI bot as well. If we have two bots going against each other, well, first of all, you'll see that chat now has a couple extra commands from me. It's actually from the game. Talking about the status of the game, like the fact that these two bots are now matched together. And but we only have one character. So there's this Marauder. You kind of need Marauders to capture the flag. They knock down buildings, kill enemies. Yeah, take the flag. There are other characters planned. We have an engineer, an archer, a healer, and a wizard. Wizard's supposed to be hanging back at the tree, but everyone else can move around. It's just that the engineer is weak. The wizard's even weaker, frankly. And we're actually going to take away one of the player powers. Right now, players have the ability to build. Sooner or later, one of these bots is going to build. When they do, the building will just build on its own. The barricade will just spring from the ground and just grow. The tower will just grow. And that's not how it's going to be. We're going to take that away. And instead, we're going to require that you have an engineer. So you need to spawn an engineer. And then you can say build. And the engineer will go to that spot and work on it. It's the engineer who's going to be stepping the progress of that building being constructed while they are vulnerable. If the engineer is killed, then progress stops. You need a new engineer to come and finish the job. So, yeah, that's the plan. And of course, testing with these buildings that just sort of spring up out of nowhere is okay. But it's not how it's supposed to be. So, what we're going to do, now that this is pretty good, there's actually a very subtle problem with attack that I discovered and kind of struggled with and went back and forth on. Long story short, there should be 3 simple commands: attack, hold, and retreat. Sounds simple. But what if your forces are kind of spread out? Oh, now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm seeing the flaw in that logic. Okay, well anyway, I had an issue where, like right now, if you watch these guys, and one of the bots builds a barricade, while, say, a bunch of the opponent forces are already up closer to the tree, suddenly there's some forces behind enemy lines. And what they will do right now is go back and take out that barricade or something. Which doesn't feel quite right. It feels odd. Shouldn't the forces behind enemy lines just keep going forward? Yeah. I'm realizing now, once we implement the engineer, that won't be an issue. This is literally a one-dimensional game. It's a line. And so your forces will go up and, you know, it actually simplifies a lot of the game code. And literally, once you have an engineer, the engineer needs to be spawned. The engineer goes to the spot and builds. So you really couldn't have, at that moment we implement the engineer, you won't be able to have a building spring up in the middle of enemy forces. That won't happen. You know, one could imagine maybe the wizard has a teleport command and blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Maybe the engineer can be upgraded to a point where he can do that. I don't know. I can't really think of a case right now where that would be possible. And so now I'm wondering if all that... I literally spent 90 minutes this morning trying to suss out what I should do about that. And maybe it's not an issue. All right. So one bot is coming close to winning right now. The other one has a lot of gold. Looks like they just created a barricade and check out the enemy forces going back to destroy it. Yep, here they go. Not only that, but they're behind the force, so they're actually stopping a little early and facing the wrong way, and it's a little weird. I'm starting to wonder, wait a minute, will this ever actually happen? And it won't. Once we implement the engine. Hey, what's up, dude? I see you coming by and saying hi all the time, and I came by and saw your stream, and your stream is cool. Yeah, man, thank you. I appreciate you coming by to my little stream and saying hi. I will do the same, and believe me, if I can, I will raid you with some peoples. You bet. Hey, thanks, man. You're cool. I like it. I see you around, by the way. It's cool. All right, man. Have fun. Have a good day. And if you want to hang out, please do. We're playing this game, or we're making this game at the bottom of the screen, so that's what's going on. Cool. Hey, let's shout out. So, yeah. Okay, so we need to make an engineer. We only have one character. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to do some art. And basically we have all the frames that we would need outlined by this original character. The engineer will also need to get hit and die. The engineer will also need to walk and idle. So we're going to follow that pattern. Obviously, the character is meant to be the same style of character, the same dimensions, and all that stuff. So it's really like, let's just make these characters. There's 4 of them, but we're going to start with the engineer, and if we can, we'll do the archer today as well. So that's the plan. Let me switch to art. Okay. Okay. So, let me just triple check. Okay, so this is our Marauder character, and yeah, really, really big. We don't see it this big at all. In fact, he's definitely reduced, and we looked at that last time, how much it's reduced and all that stuff. So we started with these characters. This is the engineer now. A variation on the main character, see? We'll do the same with the archer. The healer looks like this, yada, yada, yada. I don't think we'll get to the healer today. The point is, this rough art for the pieces that go on top of this character need to be refined, and then we need to make a lot of them. Look at all these layers we got to do. Tons. So we're going to do art today. That's the plan. And I probably should pull up my app so I can read chat while I'm here. Boop, 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 boop. Otherwise, yeah, I'm relying on people actually using the command tie to get my attention. Okay. Yeah. We're up. Okay. So let me switch to tablet and let's do this art. The pieces we drew were kind of rough, and I just want to make sure that, for example, like the glasses here, I can reuse. Except all this brush stuff because I was using it for something else. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Back to this. Make sure that's not set to anything weird. Okay. Cool. So, I have basically the Marauder also here. And like the shield and stuff, and we are going to ignore that. You know, for example, the body of this character has been replaced. I can remove these pieces and show this was the Marauder. So we need to redo these pieces carefully and have them available for the rest of the frames. Kind of need to turn this into not Marauder with engineer pieces, but a file that is really just an engineer. So while some of this stuff is going to remain the same, shadow, the legs, that kind of stuff, I need to, back arm and stuff is fine, actually. I guess I could call it engineer body. This is going to get confusing if I have all the pieces like that at the same time, so I'm going to try and clean up after I do this. Okay. Let me take these pieces off for a second. Because this is me like doing character design, and I think beyond that, what is this? What is that? I don't know what that layer is. Yeah, we had variations on this character for a while. This is the engineer, for sure. That's what we decided on. Let's go ahead and label it. And let's make our own section of stuff. Basically rebuilding the character layers as this character needs it. Today is kind of the last day that I have this month. And so this kind of marks the 1 month deadline that I gave myself for this project, like the entire game, the whole project. And that's extreme. That's a bit fast. Let's see. Yeah, this is all going to be layered together. The glasses are on top, but that's like the only one. I don't think these are filled with anything. Okay. In other words, I probably need to move all this down. So, this might be the end of my timeline that I gave myself. Obviously, we're not done, so I'm not going to stop. But I'm kind of happy with where this got to in 1 month's time. I honestly thought it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks. So, I'm not really, mad at myself for not getting the whole game done in that time. The fact that we have like most of the game done, that's actually pretty cool. All of the back end stuff that we don't see, like getting a matchmaking system in place, that's kind of a lot. That's really cool. And I think that's cool. I think it's nice that we're where we are right now. Okay. Is that what these lines are? It's not. Okay, so in front of the body, I have a hammer. And I'm using 2 layers. You've probably noticed this. One has the color, the other one is the dark outline. I guess I could put the hammer on top. And I'm going to continue with that pattern. If I, like today, what I'm going to do as part of the cleanup is fix the lines and make them nice. I think I literally went to town. On the original Marauder, if I look at the paths, I actually made paths for a lot of these pieces. And that's a much slower process with a lot more quality. I'm going to try and get the quality without spending the time. Yeah. When we do this animation, these pieces are going to be used. But sometimes they need to be on top or behind. Yeah, what are these layers? They're nothing, are they? Let's turn all this off and find out what's up. Sometimes, for example, when the character dies, one layer needs to go in front of the other when they attack, or, there's reasons that the layers might need to change their order based on the animation frame. So I literally group the animations. Here's attack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the Marauder, and it's all grouped together, and likewise with the other animation sets. So that's purposeful because I'm able to, yeah, these are empty. I just made some empty layers. It's purposeful because I want to be able to keep track of it. Like, I literally came back to this file and was like, oh wow, I remember how this worked, and I totally would not have remembered. I would not have been able to remember. Okay, so I'll just keep these extra pieces that were kind of fun. They were additional engineer-like things that we decided not to do. Okay. We will save. Boop. So when we build up the character, I'm going to keep the legs exactly the same. I don't care because it's mostly covered up anyway. We build up the character. It's got these layers, one on top of the other. So the line always goes on top of the color. And that is so I can do things like this. Oop. And very quickly clean up. Because this is garbage. Not doing a good job here. And this line is not right. There's actually quite a bit that needs to be cleaned up here. So I'll have to go through these layers one by one and clean them up. But I'm going to reuse the head. The head line turns out to be most of it, right? Like here's where I did all the detail, was on the headline layer. I'm going to literally keep this the same. And I suppose there's a lot of reason to just do this. Oop. It's one layer. There's no reason not to. They put the glasses on, and suddenly it's the engineer. Yeah? The engineer's holding a hammer, which means the hammer needs to come first. And again, goodness. Yeah, I need to clean all this up. This is terrible. It's bad. It's not good. And then the arm goes on top. So that's the engineer. Let's clean him up. I don't mind the arms the way they are. I'm going to keep them separate like this in case I want to make a decision about. I like the arms the way they are. Yeah, I'll keep them separate anyway. Okay, but let's fix this. This hammer's wrong. Line and fill. That's what these are. Okay. So, yeah. Cool. Boop. So, given that, yeah, this is where the arm is going to be, this hammer is at the ready for attacks as well as the work they need to do, you know, being an engineer. And I think the position of this hammer is basically right. You know what? Yeah, let's just do this. I'm going to commit. This is going to simplify some things. It's going to simplify. Front arm, back arm. That's it. And likewise, I should probably do the body. Especially on the Marauder, that was just one piece. And I think I'm just going to stay with that pattern. The body's going to be one piece. So once I do like the hammer, I will just make it one. And I will do the same with all the other pieces. Kind of already did that with the glasses, so yeah, makes sense. In fact, I do need to sort of redo the glasses, so yeah. Okay. So one reason I may have wanted to really make use of the paths is because I can be precise and adjust the line as opposed to sketching with this terrible tablet that I have. And it is pretty terrible, actually. It's a much slower process to do paths, but it's so much more precise. I think I'm okay. I think I'm just going to do it. Before, this character was meant to be, like, big. Perhaps not this big on screen, but detailed. I think it's okay to say I'm going to sketch it, and it'll be fine for what it is now. Which is, let's give him like the Hammer of Thor kind of thing. This is supposed, you know what, no, let's do this. Yeah. Just giving him a square, it's not clear enough what it's supposed to be. The handle for that is fine. Yeah, I almost want to do paths. The time it takes to draw a straight line with the tablet versus the time it takes to set 2 points and let the line draw straight. It's like a no-brainer. Let's do a test. As I draw this hammer, you know, how fast does that take? Versus going into paths, settings tool, going boop, 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 boop. Oh, that's the other thing. This tablet makes this difficult as well. Because instead of grabbing a line, I may actually be grabbing a handle. Yeah, kind of pain in the butt. Like that. I remember all this pain. You know what? I'm going to not do it this way. I'm just going to sketch. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so if that's true, then the hammer looks like that. Which is not great yet. It's not great yet. So I'm working out how I want to go forward with this process. At the same time, I'm working out the end product that I want to see for these characters. I'm using this hammer as a test case and deciding, I think I want to sketch to make it go faster. And I'm paying attention to the things that are going to make it quality enough I can move forward. Okay. Let's grab the colors. Let's see. Oop. Have I mentioned this is clunky as hell? Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah. I am using the mouse pad, my tablet, and man, I wish I had a better setup, but this is what I got. It's okay. It's just moving pretty slow because I have to go between tools, colors, layers, sample an image, sample a pixel, go back to a thing. Yeah, it's easy to make a mistake. And when you couple that with accidentally moving a layer around, yeah, this is not an ideal setup. So it'll go a little slower. Like if I forget to go back to the pencil tool. Bro. What am I missing here? Did I not sample the color? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is insane. I came here and got the color, thank you. Now I'm going back to this layer. This is a process that is going to have to get more graceful, otherwise I'm going to go nutty, cuckoo. And didn't we have a highlight on this? I'm pretty sure we did. Yes, just white. Sounds good to me. Hammer. And when we put the front arm in front of it, it looks like that. Sounds cool. In fact, I might just adjust the position a little bit. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's call it a hammer. Merge the layers. And move it. Ever so slightly. Needs to be up off the ground. Actually, that was probably pretty good where it was, wasn't it? Yeah. It's actually cool. Okay. So I'm redrawing these pieces that we made, the glasses. This one doesn't look so bad. Actually, this one doesn't look so bad. One of the things I didn't do was any kind of fine work on it to put say detail like this in it. But I could, let's see. Yeah, this is fine. That's fine, actually. So if I sort of take away these pieces, looking at the body, I get what I was trying to do with that, and I think I can do a better job. Is it faster if I grab these colors first? Whoops. Trying to see if I can get a faster result. Oh, clearly not. Not if I pick the wrong tool. Hi. What's up? Color pickers O. Oh, okay. Right. And this. Okay, a little faster. Let's do that. Cool. Grabbing these colors so that I don't have to do that later. Yeah. I'll use this as a guide. So we had like pants, basically skirt or poofy pants under, over these legs. That's why we don't see the legs, and I don't care. I liked the waistline thing. Yeah, that works. So we'll do that. I think I want to actually define space between the legs at all. It's so small when it's reduced. I don't think it's necessary. Okay, let's just do one. The other. Okay. head. Yeah. So I liked the vest look, and I think it's a mistake to try and show the collar of it. I don't think it's necessary. I think it's going to get lost anyway. Oh, yeah, what was I doing here? Color. This color. Oops. Let's see. Let's get rid of the back arm for a second, just to make sure. I can't see. Okay. There. Thank you. With the back arm just peeking out. The head where it is. Whoa, bro. Okay. Back arm, front arm. Yep. I mean, yes. I'll keep it there. Actually, a little large, isn't it? Okay. Where's the... Ah! I can't see this tool's, it's a selection tool, and I can't see the edges of it when it's up against this checkerboard pattern. It's kind of just requiring me to do things differently. I mean, okay. Okay. Better. You know what? Cool. Okay. I think it's easier for me to see what I was doing for the highlight on the pants here by keeping this up. No, can't tell. So I will just do this. That's kind of what I was doing, right? I really need to upgrade. I mean, I'm not going to upgrade for this task, but I keep saying that, and so I never upgrade. And when I have to do a task like this, I'm like, oh my god, this is so terrible. Having to work this way, it's bad. And yeah, I'm stuck. Need to just do it and then be like, isn't it so much nicer to work this way? And yet the answer is going to be yes. The answer is going to be yes. So here's a shadow. Some of the shadow is here. Bro. Some of the shadow is here. the shadows here. Some of the shadow is there. Cool. Am I doing highlight? No, it's not a shiny thing. Okay. Better. Actually, that's pretty good, right? I can take these away. Oh, right. Man, my tablet is full of crud and gross. It's tiny. It's off to the side instead of right under where I need to draw. Like, there's so many things wrong with this. Okay. Boop. And I need a tone. Because it makes sense. Out this. Yep. Okay. He's much better. We're good with this. This can go away. Cool. This means this body is done. These can go away. Engineer. Did we... Before I finish and call the body done, I really should make sure that when you do the legs, and the legs are walking, that works, because here's legs in the middle, and here's legs stepping out. Actually, that won't be bad at all. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. It's like he's wearing an apron, actually. Kind of like a work apron. Okay. I just had to think that through. Okay, good. I'm gonna save. What frames of animation can we do right now? These are extra. I gotta clean this up. Attack? Boy, I'm not sure what attack looks like yet. He's gonna swing his hammer. He's gonna raise it up and swing it. The attack stuff for the Marauder included the sword and the arm. And that's it. So I will do the same with the engineering. Let's get walk. Let's do the walk thing. These walk legs will work fine. They just need to be under. And when I make those frames, I will do that. Cool. Idle. You know, I didn't actually do an idle originally on the Marauder, and I made one for this game. I don't have it here, do I? No, I don't. Let's make one. This will be me exporting frames. I can't do that on stream. All right. Well, okay. I can do 2 idle frames with this. This is a completed character in terms of the frames necessary. And, you know, now that I'm looking at the hammer, I want to touch it up. And so I can export those frames for idle, for walk, celebrate literally is, or cheering, literally is just raising the hammer. Again, layers need to be switched around so the hammer's in front. But other than that, it's relatively straightforward. I'm going to make the cheer animation. By doing the hammer detail, like under the arm, like, why am I doing that? Well, because I'm about to do more frames with this hammer, and as I do, I am going to be seeing different parts of it. So although it's covered up now, it'd be nice to have it done already later. I don't think the hammer's going to have texture on it. It's smooth. All right. I'm going to noodle this to death. Okay, good. So here's an engineer. Still building this. Yep. So I can export, see, idle, walk, and if I do these cheer frames, I can do cheer. Hit is relatively straightforward. When the Marauders hit, the head ducks down, the shield goes up, the front arm and the sword go up. It's just a dip in their head and reaction with their arms, and then settles back to normal. I'm going to do the exact same thing with this character, and those frames are effectively done. So I can do hit as well. I need to draw cheer as a, I wonder if I can use the arm. Yeah. I will use this. So, celebrate. Why is this only fill? I think it's just because I raised it up a little bit. That's all I did. Okay. So in other words, Let's copy the arm. And I will use it the way the cheer begins. He begins to raise the hammer. This is him raising the hammer. Boop. Yeah. So he's actually might be up a little higher. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's easy. Same time the hammer gets raised, so let's do that. I'm labeling it clearly. I mean, I want to stay organized, but also I'm going to lose track. There's too many layers. Aside from the fact that there's 2 characters in this file, I would lose track, because not only do I need to know which animation set this is, but also which frame. Okay, so now this goes underneath the arm, but it is likewise moved up, like that. Cool. I do like the... Oh, this whiskey. So, how far did I go up before? Oh, I went up even further. Okay. The Marauder cheer starts up higher. Okay. I'm down with that. I mean, it's very readable, and I did it once, so I don't need to rethink it. I'm just going to do it again. Cool. The next frame, the Marauder raises their sword and does that. Well, it's literally the same sword. Don't need to redraw it. Likewise, I don't need to redraw the hammer. Bro. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. This is cheer 2. And the hammer just needs to be up. So here's the sword. I will basically put the hammer in the same position. Oop. Yeah. Celebration. Yeah. Better. You notice when I rotate it, it is blending the pixels similar to the way it blends when we do I need to show the hand? Yes, there's a difference between this and this. Oh, I think it's got to be this, right? Absolutely. That said, the first frame, the sword is lower than the next. Yeah. And he goes back and forth between these to say, yay. The main thing was it needed to be above his eyes. That's what I remember about the sword. We do the same thing here. Make sure it's above his eyes. And also roughly in the same hand position. Cool. Oh, thank you. Cheer 2 hammer. Oh, already had cheer 2 hammer. So I would be Oop. Rope. Urged it. Pick up. So likewise, the hand went up just a little bit for this. How much? Literally 1 or 2. Okay. Do the same thing here. And so now that I've drawn these frames of the pieces, you see what I mean when I say this can go a little faster. 1, 2, something like that, right? Oh, actually a lot more. The sword went up a lot higher than the arm. Okay. Okay. Well, how about this? Go up a little bit here and down a little bit here. Okay. I don't want it to look like he's bonking on his head, though. Like he's not hitting his own head with a hammer. Whoops. Like, is that what that looks like? Okay, let's try this one more time. That's like a celebration, right? See, the lighting is a little different. I don't know. I can't care that much about the highlight and where it is, but I do. All right. Likewise, I don't know if I have enough room. Do I have enough room? Okay, this no longer looks like he's bonking on his head. Correct? Yes. Okay. That's better. Okay. So, I'm happy with this. This is actually shear 3. Okay, and this needs to go up as high as I can go. That's good. All right. The hand is there. And then the hand is there. That looks pretty good. All right. Shear. So, yeah, man. I don't want to use the sword on accident, but I am labeling these appropriately, so I think it's okay. Death. Death took the longest, has the most number of frames, and all of the pieces change. So I will do that last. It was relatively straightforward. The helmet actually dipped down into the head. As the head dipped down into the body, shoulders went up. Okay. By the way, I think I need to clean this up a little bit. So let's copy frames of the and the reason why I want to make copies of these layers is because when I come back and I decide I want to adjust it, I have something to work with. I don't copy these and I just move the layers and make one frame and then move them around some more. I've lost that information. I literally need to say when the characters hit this layer, this layer, this layer, and this layer all need to move. Okay. Oh, and again, I could probably reuse some of these layers. Think about that. Let's go take a look. So this is okay. Let's just take the layers that are unique to the engineer. Hit 1. How many hit frames do I need? Like 4? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll take 3. It is really just moving these around and not redrawing them, so I'll just make copies right here and move them all up. If I had to redraw them, then I wouldn't do this. I would just make new layers and start drawing. Well, this was happening to me last time I streamed art, or last time I streamed. Sitting there working and suddenly my stomach is like loudly growling and I'm actually pretty sure the microphone can pick it up. Like, it is kind of crazy. I know it's related to a recent bout of COVID. But, you know, I should eat something. Okay, literally, it's going to be faster if I switch back to the mouse. I'll draw later. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. I am going to do a head move as well. Oh, can reuse the same head. Literally, I'm just going to reuse it. Until I see a reason to change the animation that I did on the Marauder, if I need to change it for the engineer, then I'll do it. Right? Otherwise, I don't want to do that. I would rather... Okay, and the body, does the body change when they're hit? Actually, let me ask the Marauder. What happened to you? Shield, back arm, head, and helmet. Nope. Okay, then. Make my job easier. So I wish I could shift select all these layers, but dude. GIMP could be just a little more usable in that way. It's okay. Move all these up. And I would take a break and warm up my coffee as well. It's about that time. One of the advantages of having all the layers in one file is I can do quick checks back and forth between this character, the other character, between one animation set and another, quickly copy a layer and adjust it a little bit if that's all I need. But the big disadvantage, of course, is that there's so many layers. Doing animation in a program like Photoshop or GIMP is time consuming. Big time consuming. Okay, speaking of time, I'm going to take a short break and warm up coffee. And probably I should have a snack at the same time. Okay, so front arm, back arm, head, these are all the same. Cool. Okay, I will match the look of that in a moment. In the meantime, to do this, look at more towers and stark detail. And I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay. When this character gets hit, a lot of the pieces are going to stay the same. So, for example, the head's going to go in. And the way I did the helmet on the Marauder, it was the helmet that was like collapsing on top of the head, which made the head do this. So the helmet actually went further. Really far. So it was smushing into his face and stuff, yeah. So, similar movement here. In fact, I almost just want to do exactly the same. The head's going down, so where are the glasses? Well, I think... you can see where the glasses were, and so they are normally on his head like this, but I think maybe an extreme down was good. Smushing into his nose is wrong. Down is good. How down can I go? Covered all the way? I mean, the lenses make it clear what's happening. So I think as long as we stay away from the lip, the bottom lip there, I think we're okay. So that's like an extreme. That's an extreme, I think. If that's what it normally is. That looks like an extreme, yeah. Why is part of his glasses clear? Shoot, I have to fill that in. Shoot. I guess I need to fill that in with... what, black? No, fill it in with that gray. Darn it, that's really disappointing. I just copied all these frames. Alright. Didn't notice that before. That's what I meant to do when I was cleaning up the frame. Is find these holes in the original sketch and not let them be. First things first. Yeah, see, I can't even see it like that because... yeah. So it really should be this color, actually. And no wonder this is hard to see. I can't tell. There we go. Okay, that is not what I want to do with that. Of course, now that I have the mouse in my hand, I'm trying to draw with the mouse. It's literally the worst idea. Did that change the look of my dude? It sure did. That's wrong. Better? Actually, that's better. Though. I mean, did I miss anything else? That's, you know, I'm done. Paranoid. Cool. Take these away. Okay. Engineer. Glasses hit 1. I wish this thing could just intelligently... Well, here's a good use of AI. Figure out the naming convention that I am making right now. And when you make a new layer, don't just add a stupid copy or number 1 or whatever garbage you're throwing in there. Like, intelligently name my layers, please. That's something AI could do. Okay. So again, here's the frame of hit. And the glasses need to come down as far as they can. Did this exact same thing last time. They're easy to see now. I'm not doing that, and I'm gonna go. Really low? How low? How low can I go? Okay, I'm down. And this, so that was an extreme down, and then it settles back up. So this change from the last to this one is relatively small. Likewise, this one should be as well. Okay, say a little bit on the nose, and that's okie dokie. So if that's the normal position, no, it's not. So this is the normal position of the head. So it's just a little bit down. Okay. Cool. So the difference between that and the glasses as they normally are is just a little bit down. Just like the head. Perfect. Okay. Glasses. Hit 1, 2, and 3. Head. Back arm. Not using a shield. Now it's just a hammer. This has the front arm. Oh, right. The Marauder has a shield. So I didn't care about the arm with the sword at all. I actually left it there. Well, I want my engineer to impact a little bit more than that. How about that? So, maybe not so much, but some. I mean, here's the thing. The Marauder had a shield, so there was a whole lot of reaction. In fact, I had the shield in front of the body for some of those frames and everything. This doesn't have a shield. I'm going to want... In fact, I want the... You know what? I do. I want the back arm, too. Well, here's what I mean when I say I may want some change. If I do, then I'm going to do more. Here's me doing more. So the back arm was moving out. Oh, no, for the shield, though. Yeah, see, I'm not doing that. Right? Engineer, hit 1, back arm. Yeah. Let's duplicate these. This is appropriate because the engineer is weaker. He's got a different set of things in his hand. Yeah. This makes sense. Just to see what's going on, I kind of want this body up there for right now. And I'll delete this so I don't get confused. Okay. So, first frame the hit, so like, boom, the head goes way into the body. That's okay. This is still okay. This looks fine, actually. But smush, you see the glasses really help show that this is a smush. Well, at the same time, let's move this back arm up. Let's move this back arm up. And out. Yeah, actually, let's do that. Yep. So this third frame might just need to settle like that. Like it's just settling backwards. So this second frame should be settling back here. This is effectively where frame 1 is. We do this. Yeah. Okay, so if the body's sitting where it is, then first frame is a big, maybe that's too much. Is that too much? That's fine. Second one's a little lower, and the third one is almost settled into the normal position, so it's settling. Cool. Likewise, the head is settling, etc. First frame of the front arm. Likewise, should be kind of extreme. 1, 2, 3. I mean, yeah. Even more than that. And maybe out. I'm down with that, actually. So this was 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah. Cool. Because that's exactly what I'm going to do with the hammer. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6. Done. So that these match. Well, so the first frame of the hit, yeah, it's pretty extreme, actually. I almost want to turn the arm, but I'm going to not do that. Here we go. Let's settle in. Stay out. Just do a little bit like that. Cool. Cool. So that's the position of the arms in the third frame. Looks pretty good for, yeah, totally. I don't need this body anymore. I'm done with that. I think I'm done with the hit frames. Cool. I know I can do idle. I know I can do walk. I've got cheer. I've got hit. Attack and death. Those are the only two that I have, right? Not passing the torch. That's a different game. Yeah, I think that's it. Death really is going to be crazy. What do I have to do with that? If the hammer follows what the sword did, if I reuse all of the pieces that I can, if the glasses follow what the helmet does, and the body follows what the body does, maybe this is not hard. I'm going to copy the body, glasses, and the hammer. And the shadow changes too. You guys see the shadow? Probably not. I should make this darker, actually. Redo the Marauder frames. Okay, I mean, you can see it when it's larger, and in fact, I've projected this game on a large screen, and I can see the shadow, but it's subtle. Let's go for it. Let's do this. I want to copy this body and use it for all the death. I think the attack frames really should be different for the engineer. The body could be exactly the same. I'm fine with that. I mean, here's the thing. I'm going to want to get this done more than I'm going to want all the variety that I could put into it. So I can feel myself wanting to just copy the things that I can. I think attacks could be different for every character, and that's fine. There are special moves, you know. The engineer... Yeah, there's special moves. The engineer needs to build. It's not the same as an attack. That animation of the attack should, frankly, look awkward for the engineer. But building should look different. Swinging the hammer, standing in place, being basically prone and vulnerable, but getting things done. That's what the animation for build should be for the engineer. Alright, I'm going to copy the hammer, and what else am I missing? Glasses. Yeah, actually death might not be as bad as I thought. Famous last words. And if that's true, though, then... Hi, what am I doing? Where's this? And if that's true, then it's really just the attack and the special thing. Special move of this character, building. Spend time on those. But I'm happy to do this quick. Quick and dirty is fine. Bro. What just happened? Where did my frame go? I just had 2 frames and I was duplicating a third, and the it's less of a problem that I lost it and more of a problem that I have no idea where it went, and if it's going to confuse me later. Like, I absolutely know of other programs that do animation faster. I have to think about doing that, but I just don't do animation as much, so I don't spend time on it. fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, whatever. Any large enough application is going to have these little problems that you just have to deal with. It's just the way it is. Dude, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. How did these get here? How did these layers get here? Bro. Oh, wait a minute. They're supposed to be there. There's a layering thing. Okay. I think that's true, actually. Like, I put them in this order to remind myself that the layer of the order layer changes for different frames. Yeah, it's true. Oh, who said it was going to be easy? So, hammer. Okay, and then I think we have all the pieces to do death. Okay. Yeah, here's sword here. Sword is also up here. So like the front arm is in front of it for some and then behind it for some. I'll do the same thing. Okay. I'll know better when I work on these frames, but I'm pretty sure that's true. Okay. The helmet always goes over the head. The head goes over the body. Body goes over the back arm. Body also goes over the legs. Okay, and these are all the same. Let's check it out. So, okay. We have our character, but then like death frame 1. This is the Marauder's death. Back arm. No, I apparently didn't even need to use the back arm because there's a shield. Oh, right. It's as if they also got hit, so it's the hit frames first, which is over the body, right? Yeah, actually. So those frames go over the body, but there's the body. Place that here. So it's really like getting lifted up off the ground here. The head also needs to follow what's going on with the body and notice the detail about the eyes. Okay, so I'm going to actually match where the body position is to the head. That'll help. Because, like, that'll work. So, frame 3, legs out here, the shadows this big. Yep. And the arms are akimbo and all this jazz. This is happening. So, the helm, yeah, totally. It's like falling off his head almost. Sword is here. Front arm is there. Yeah. Totally. The back arm is there. Yep. The shield is back. Yep. So this is like one of the frames of the Marauder dying, right? We're going to match this, basically, because we have all these pieces we're going to reuse. Okay. So hammer, I'm going to match this position here, where the sword is normally down here. He's been rotated. Yeah, his whole body is kicking back, rotating hard. Like this, we'll rotate this hammer. Yeah. So the glasses are... It's like he got hit. So it's similar to that. This is different. And I think they are also rotating. Let's do it. Oh, we won't see his eyes close. Oh, man. It's okay. The other characters have it. Hey, what just happened? Okay. I think I need his his back legs, or his back arm, excuse me. Back arm. See, I don't feel the need to talk while I'm doing art or code. Would it be nice if I had this game running? Chat could be entertained all they want. Okay. Frame 1 of death. Next frame is more extreme. For sure. Sword immediately falls. That's what's up. Yep. I didn't think about that, but that's exactly what's going on here too. So hold on. Perhaps this should actually be falling out of his hand. Okay. In that case, what I'm doing is relatively straightforward animation. On the hammer falling down. So, frame one there. Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's going to come to rest basically just propped up. That's fine. That's fine. There's going to be a little bounce. Like, I think that's what the sword did too. Okay, dude. Seriously. Oops. Yeah, let me copy this. So this is actually an impact and bounce frame. So, boom. Which means I need this to go down further. Boom. 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 What am I looking at here? What's going on here? Here. Here. These are all on top, so this should be on top. And then this should be... What's going on? Why does this look... There we go. Why wasn't I seeing that before? Seriously. So it's going to come to rest by doing this. So this falls out of the hand, hits the ground, bounces up, and settles back down. So the hammer's falling out of his hand. Cool. We're doing frame 2. Shadow. Legs. Pretty extreme. The back arm. Here's the body of the original Marauder. Way out here. Makes sense. Makes sense. So, let's do something similar. In fact, I kind of need to see this. Let's move all these here. So I can use these bodies as a guide. Like this. Should his glasses fall off his head? The death of the engineer. Maybe, right? He's looking too cool for school right now, actually. He's dead. Shouldn't look like. Okay, that's not terrible. Actually, yeah, let's do something more extreme with glasses at this point. Because I can't have it rest just anywhere. It might be safer to just say it's on his head. In the end, it's probably got to settle on his head. That's fine. I think that's Death Frame 2. His back arm doesn't quite make sense yet. Oh, it does not make sense at all. Given where this is going to go, There's death frame 2. Frame 3. Oh, that was frame 2 for the hammer? Okay, good. That looked a little weird. Front arm 3, body 3. This is where the Marauder's body was. Like it. Let's do the same thing here. Yep. It's death frame 3, 4 has similar stuff. The shadow stays the same. Legs go like this. Back arm goes there. The body's in a different position. It's down, and it's almost 90 degrees. Okay. Let's just do that. Frame 4, frame 4, frame 4. Down here. Okay. Head is here. So glasses need to be like this. That's where the sword went. Still makes sense the hammer did that? What's frame 3? This? And this. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Because now the arm can be behind. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, cool. That's frame 4. 5. Legs have settled. Body is going to settle too. This is down here. So, oh, here's another reason why I did pathing. I could just redraw these. And I know I did all this detail. Yeah, I don't need to do that much detail on this project, but this other project was, I mean, no wonder I stopped. It's very time consuming. Okay. Let's make, is this just exactly the same? It is. You know what, I'll just copy. Because this is already here, I'm literally just going to move it down into place. Yeah. Cool. The head and glasses. And I think our glasses are going to be the same as well. Let's do that. See, if I do that and show you the eyes are closed, it's cool, but now I have no... This doesn't make a lot of sense, like why this is just hanging there. I'm probably overthinking it. But like, the glasses were just there. So, I need to just settle it right here. Yeah, probably. Front arm is there, hammer is there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like those glasses now. Ugh. This is what frame 5 of death looks like, right? Okay, so glasses were there, now they're here. I don't want to take any more frames to make this fall down. I just need it to stick on his head, but if I do this, it looks like he's hanging out and sleeping, or looking up at the stars or something. Yeah, no. So, shoot. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Oops. If I follow the arc of these glasses, best that I stay in the arc, and this last frame is not doing the job. So it needs to be here. And although that might look strange for his head, I think it's fine. Okay. So that's frame 5, and that's death. Wow. So we kind of need to do attack and the special move that engineers do to build. Okay. Attack. For our Marauder character, they took their back arm and just went up. So the sword's now in front of the arm. Next frame, it's as far back as it can go, and there was a problem about trying to get the sword to stay in frame. Next frame of attack has a big swipe in it. Like that. And then it's kind of settling. In that extreme pose, and then it begins to come back to what it was in the idle. So it matches up, so the character's idling and the sword is down here a little bit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I wouldn't even do the same front arm. Would I? This is meant to be a character who is built for fighting. So now it's the engineer, and they are not built for fighting. So this big swipe really isn't appropriate for the engineer. Why just use the same animation for attack as I do for build? Because the engineer is so awkward that he can't attack. He just does the build animation on. That's cheap and wrong, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. I know exactly what I'm going to do for the archer. The archer is going to have an attack animation that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is like nearly in the same position here as it is for idle. But 1, he's going to take out this bow in front so you can see the full length of it. 2, he's going to be moving his front arm ahead, like he's going to pull back the bowstring. 3, it's going to be the bowstring is all the way back. And I'm probably going to need to not go forward, but actually the second frame might be starting to go back. The third frame is settled all the way back. So the fourth frame can be he's let go, and the bowstring is now taut again. And his bow hand is probably a little forward, like the force of the launch of the bow. Then he can settle back here on 5. I'm encouraged to think that I can get the same animations that I got for free on this one on the other characters. That's pretty cool. Let's do the idle ones because I kind of skipped that. No reason not to. The only thing I want to do with idle is I think I'm copying all these frames actually. Yep. All these pieces except the legs and the shadow. It looks fine to have the idle in just 2 frames. Actually didn't have an idle. So surprised me, I didn't have an idle for the Marauder. But it was relatively straightforward. I tested out to just move the head and the body up and down. The arms, the head, and the body. Sort of counter moving. In 2 frames, totally worked. I already have glasses. What am I doing? So while the legs don't move, the rest of these pieces do. Yeah. do this. I only need 2 frames, but I'll just group them together. Oops. Dude. Have I mentioned I hate context menus because it's too easy to hit the wrong thing? Exactly like that? Yeah, exactly like that. Which is fine if you can undo easily. If you can't, that's a problem. You don't notice you did the wrong thing, that's a problem. And it's way too easy to do that because here's my context menu, right click, and look at all these cool options that are right there. And all I need to do to pick one or the other is just slightly move vertically. Whoops, that's too easy to mess up. Too easy. Speed and convenience, you know? But at the same time, with great power, great responsibility. So I think frame 1 looks exactly like the idol. No. Frame 2 looks exactly like the idol. Frame 1's different. So I think it's this. If I remember correctly, I just moved everything up. On the arm, which also means the hammer. Back arm. At the same time, let's move the head down slightly. Which means the glasses move down slightly. And the body? Does the body move? No. No, it does not. So I'll just leave it here. It's fine. Idle. So I think we have almost all of the animation sets for this character except attack and build. I will have to think about attack first, actually. Or am I going to concentrate on the main one he does? Decisions. Okay, here's our dude. What does building look like? There are pieces that are on the ground and it kind of goes up and up and up and up. He could be in different places along that build site, facing different directions, especially like facing away looks appropriate if he's going to be prone and can be hurt, damaged easily. Like he's facing away, working away, and somebody comes up from behind him and hits him. That would be great because that would really emphasize he's weak and you have to protect him. So he could be around the job site. He swings his hammer. That makes sense. I'm down. If he's just hammering a nail along this right edge, that's not going to make sense most of the time. What if he's like on top of the thing? You know, he's building a building. So what if he's like always on top and hammering down? Can I get him to look like he's hammering down? That's a good question. Let's do this. Let's get... a new section. Let's work with this. In fact, I'm going to take one of the death shadows. Yeah. No. Call this build. I think everything about him is going to change. Even like legs and stuff. I think this is a special move. So I'm wondering if it's okay to have him on the ground, hammering down. He's like on his hands and knees. I wonder if that's okay. Oops. So let's experiment. I'm going to grab all these pieces. There's a modest amount of behavior that needs to be coded once I get these frames exported and put in the game, before we can see the engineer doing what the engineer should be doing. But I need to imagine it now. So that I draw the right frames. Could I get this figure to look like they are on their hands and knees and hammering down? Good question. Well, let's start at the start. Get rid of all this stuff on top. And, oh, I like the back arm doing something. Let's just combine these. Oops. Combine these. Okay. I like the back arm doing something. Probably don't need a lot of frames. If I can get the pose to look right, and I can do like 3 frames that looks like a repeating action of working on making the building build itself, that's kind of what's going to happen. The building's still going to like spawn and grow, kind of like what they look like they're doing now. But with the engineer on top of the building as it's doing that, he's not going to get up and walk over to the next spot. I'm literally thinking he's going to pop to the next spot on top of the building. If he's on his hands and knees, just, you know, this is his special move. So if he's kind of popping around, teleporting around to on top of this tower, for example, or on top of the barricade, as it's being put together, I'm down. That actually works for me. he's going to be on top of that layer as well. So, yeah, actually, let's see if we can do this. Can I get the body to look like it is... He's on his hands and knees, so it's like this. And down here, like this. I think. Legs, likewise, need to be rotated, but he can't be laying down. So this is going to be tricky. He's not kicking his legs up. He's not. They don't have knees and they don't have elbows. This is very tricky. But he's not laying down. This is what it looks like when he's dead, right? So he's not like this. But, you know, actually that might be okay right about there. You know? I mean, that's actually not bad. Where's his normal foot position? There. Okay. So, oh, wait a minute. I don't know. I think it's close. It's probably close. I'm going to put it right there. I don't know if I can get this character to look like that. I love this idea. That's cool. That works. Almost like I planned it. This, of course, needs to change. Whoa. Nope. Still no? Okay. Yeah, this would not work for attack. It's definitely be different, right? As well, it should be. He's gonna have his glasses on too. Down with this, actually. This. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like that. This is the engineer doing the engineer thing. Clearly, these need to be working together. These last two layers are doing all the work. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. First of all, this can be repositioned a little better. Yeah. Yep. Okay, swinging this hammer, I think is going to be two things. One, I think the body and the arm can be showing this. In fact, just like the attack animation, when the Marauder shows this frame here, it's like showing his underarm. You know what? I'm going to steal this. Totally going to steal this right here. Yep. Give me this. I want this. Give me this. There's no reason to redraw it. I like this. Give me this. This frame right here. Okay, I'm going to save this for later. Or do I want it for frame 1? Actually, maybe I do. Okay. Let's save that. If frame 1... Whoa, what was that? Stop, don't do weird stuff. There we go. If frame 1 of the hammer and arm are similar to the idle frame that he was just in, so like this, so that the eye can follow it, that would help. And it could also be like after the hammer has struck the ground, it bounces back and it's in this pose. So at the end of the cycle, it coming back to here would make some sense if that's what that was. This is bouncing up off the ground after it hit. I'm down. In fact, that swish frame, these swish effects for the attack on the Marauder, this thing. I'm going to do something very similar for him swinging the hammer. Yep. Yep. So what am I saying? I think I'm just saying I'm going to move this. Like this. See. Let's try that. I mean, the question I had was, could I get this character to look like they are on the ground, hammering? And I think we got them. So if that's true, I think we're good. Let's do it. Shadow, legs, these are going to stay the same. The back arm is going to stay the same. The body might move, actually. And the way that it's going to move, does it work? I think it's okay. Oh, right. No, I think it's okay. Likewise, the head and glasses. What I'm doing in my head is sort of taking a mental picture of where these things are. So I can refer to that mental picture as I make the next frame. I'm basically doing this with my head and trying to maintain, because these are different pieces. Like one frame looks like this. Next frame looks like this. And I need to keep that all together. Okay, I think the body actually needs to move up further than the head does. Okay. Let's try this. I'm not 1000% sure this is working yet. But this frame, I love the drawing. It's not rotated right yet. Whoa, buddy. See where I'm going with this? Yeah. And this hammer frame 2 actually needs to be on top. Not just above him, but the layer has to be up there too. I stop that. Do I have enough room? I think I just barely have enough room to do this. I'd love separation between the glasses and the hammer. That'd be great. There we go. I'd like to see the arm do the thing too. That'd be great. But this is why I raised the body, because this stretch needs to be there. Is that enough? The swing. I need to go more on this here. It's very fuzzy now. Oh, it's harder to read too. Nope. Let's keep it right there. Okay, I could do this. Let's see, where is this hand? Yeah, you do that. Okay. And if this is the frame where after it struck, that's done. And it will, I think this is an extreme change, but I think it's okay, especially if I settle. So do I need 4 frames? I might need 4 frames, actually. Because the strike is going to be the one with the swish. I need one more. In fact, I wonder... Maybe this is the extreme and I'm settling into this and it's the previous frame that I need to change. Yeah, actually, I think I do need to do that. Cool. So if that's true, the body has not gone up all the way yet. It was down there. Now it's okay. Yeah. That's an extreme move anyway. So okay. Uh, this setup really is not adequate. I really do need a new setup. Serious. I need to look at these frames. And so I'm looking at the frame. I'm not looking at the tool that I'm clicking on and off. And so I'm darting my eye back and forth. It's so inadequate. Okay, that works. Okay. The 4th frame will be exactly like the 1st, actually. Let's do that. Call it done. So let's just continue working on 2. if 3 is the extreme, then 2 has to be so. Let's just do this. Oops. So it's here, and then it's there. Okay, that's fine. And 4, actually going to be exactly like 2. I'll take that. If you're going like, wow, how's he doing that? Oh, I did animation for way too long. I realized I was spending all my time and then going home to play with the games I was making. It took me a long time to realize that's what I should be doing. But, along the way, I did acquire a fair amount of animation skill. So here we are. If this is 3, 2, oh, this is much less, yeah. Which is probably why I'm so picky about this setup. It is garbage. I'm making it work, but not my favorite. Okay, so this is a good settle. Okay. And that's the extreme. So, of the frame 4 for the head, glasses, the body, let's do frame 4. Okay, because this is dramatically different. Actually, this is more like 1. Let's do that. Where, let's call it, this needs to be down way further. I mean, I think I'm just going to line this up on the ground and put the arm on it. That's how I need to do this. As long as it lines up. For that next frame, which is here. Yeah. There we go. Right. There. Here. The previous frame, the hammer's way up here. Yeah. So this frame, it needs to be about there. Swish is going to go all the way there. Cool. Which means this front arm is literally doing all the work. Because it needs to help the eye see where this came from and what is going on. Yeah. The arm normally looks like this. Oh, I can't see it. Well, I'm down with that. That seems to work. Oops. Yep. Engineer working on the building. That's, I mean, it even looks like he's on his hands and knees. He's not. He doesn't have knees. Okay, that reads. I'm down. I needed the pose to read, and now I can lead the eye from one to the other. I need that swish frame. Engineer. Build. For swish. Let's call it swish. For this, I actually do want a path. I really do. In the previous frame, the hammer was way up there. Arms up here. And we need this swish. In fact, there was a little impact too. It might not be bad, but one thing at a time. Let's see if this works. I want this tool to help me out. Swish is definitely showing this line here. You know, if that impact point is just straight, I'm totally down with that. That works really well, actually. And this really does need to have a lot of thickness in it, I suppose. Yeah, the full width of the hammer, yeah, needs to be part of the swish. Definitely. Okay, for now I'm just going to close this up. Here's the beauty of the paths. I can now totally adjust this. And I'm okay with a lot of this. Except I'm not. Oops. What this frame is going to do is help me communicate. Go. The speed of that move, it's going to help the eye go from one pose to another without me having to do an intermediate frame and slow things down. Oh, clicking on these dots though, that's one part of this tool I would love if it worked better. Okay, I'm not 1,000% sure that this shape works yet. This is the color of the hammer. I think I should use that. Okay, this needs to go on top of everything. And that was it. So I'm not convinced yet that this looks good. Not convinced yet. So that's the previous frame and this frame. Okay, so here's where you can see it having some impact and saying wham. The shape is wrong. So I'll make another one, keeping the same one in place so I can use it as a guide. But yeah, this is not exactly right. In fact, can I just do it from here? Working with this tool is not the best, but I think it is the right tool for this job. There we go, that's better. Oh, do that. Oh. Oh, this tool has its drawbacks, and I think it stems all from the setup that I have and the fact that I can't zoom in as much as I want when I want it. Blah, blah, blah. Whine and moan about it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And so what that forces me to do is to construct the shape in a particular way because of the limitations I'm dealing with. If it wasn't for that, it'd be fine. Because of that, I have to do it this way. There we go. That's looking right. If I wiggle it around, I can see the line a little better, and I can tell the shape is good. I do this. Okay. So now, throw away the other one so I don't get confused, and try that. Throw. It's like I know what I want it to do. It's just not doing what I want it to do. And I get frustrated because I'm sitting there having to figure out, well, how do you want me to do it? So much better. So much better. Fibonacci. Okay, this is good. This frame says that was a very fast slam down of the hammer in this one frame. Okay, this is swish. Oh, nice. Okay. So if that frame goes from here to here, right? And actually all these other frames are the same, right? That has effectively bounced off the ground and settled to a position that makes more sense. Wait, front arm 4, yeah. And leads to this. Yep, yep. Actually, that's not bad. There's an impact of the hammer, so I'm giving myself some leeway because otherwise I would be concerned about the arcs, but right now that actually looks pretty good. The impact of the hammer is going to mess up that arc, and that's fine. That's appropriate. Okay. So I now have build. Crap. We're getting far. I could finish this character. Let's do it. I've done death. I've done hit. I've done idle. I've done walk. We've done the special move of build. We haven't done is a move of attack. If I look at the frames of attack for the Marauder, and try to figure out a comparable animation set for the Engineer, what I see is Marauder brought the sword up, kind of like what the Engineer does with the hammer on the second frame. It then settles at that extreme pose, exactly like what I do with the hammer when he's building. And there's a dramatic swish, exactly like what we did with the hammer when he's building. And then it settles. By the way, I did sketch frames to sort of guide me when I was doing the Marauder before. That was so I could clip through the frames quickly, like I could see that change easier, and then I could trace that. So So basically what I did with the build, I did for the attack on the Marauder. I think attack for an engineer is so awkward. Well, first of all, it has to look entirely different because he's going to attack in front, not down. But also, if he looks weak as hell, that's fine. So let's do this. I'm going to copy all these frames, put it in a group. This group will be for attack. I'm copying all these frames because I'm pretty sure, if anything, I'm going to use a front arm. See, here's the thing. He's so awkward. If he just swung his hammer up and down in front of him, I would say that's a weak attack, and that's exactly what an engineer would do. I wouldn't even redraw the frame. I wouldn't even use the, the other side of the arm. I keep the layers the same, like everything. So let's do this. This can be reduced. I'm going to move the arm, the back arm, and I'm going to move the body a little, I think. I guess I have to. Do I? No, I don't, actually. All of these frames of the Marauder are only the arm. I don't do anything with the body. So you know what? I'm going to keep the body out of this. Hey, dude, what the... Oh, I hate context menus so much. Delete that. Don't do the other commands that are right next to it, just a couple of pixels away. I guess if I had a better setup, there would be more pixels and less opportunity to mess up. But, yeah. Okay, likewise, am I doing anything with the head? No. No, I'm not. His attack is weak. His attack is so weak. Moving the other arm is sort of extra. I shouldn't even do that. I want the front arm. I want the hammer. That's it. I think the back arm is really just because I would like to see... in fact, me... You know what? I'm going to get rid of the back arm too. I don't think I need it at all, and it's extra. I think I did extra for him on other animation sets, but I think this is all I want. The front arm and the hammer. This is a stupid attack. It's meant to look stupid, so I think mission accomplished if this is all I do. Attack 1 for the engineer. Okay. And I think I need 4 frames. I'm positive I need 4 frames. The way the attack mechanic works, it says play the attack and then go back to idle. So it doesn't assume that there's any kind of loop I mean, it'll go back to idle, and it blends with that, but it's not like other looping animation like walk, where you're going to step and step and step and step. It is literally attack and then settle. So I need 4 frames to do that. Because we're going to come back to... Oops. I'm going to come back to basically this pose. Frame 4 is going to be close to this pose. In fact, I'm going to start with that. The front arm, it's going to be settling and coming back into this position. So frame 4 should be here. In fact, I'll go ahead and just do that. Should I actually have it go down a little bit? Maybe. Because it's a heavy hammer? Yeah. Okay. Whoa. Which means, the attack, the impact is happening right about here. Just in front of him, right? So let's move the hammer in that position. Wham. Yeah. And then follow with the arm. Okay, now this is cheating, cheat sheet. Do I need to move the head? How far back can I go on? It's close, actually. I can do this. I can do this. So if this... Okay, let's just do this then. This is the position of the arm and hammer together. Should I angle this more, actually? There we go. Better. Because now I have more reach. Okay, and actually I can do this now. This can go up. I'm not convinced that looks great against his body. Hi, are these frames still up? Yeah, they are. a weak attack. I mean, that kind of looks like a weak attack to me. Particularly if the first... How do I do this now? This frame... Oh, again, I'm doing the extreme. Darn it. Shoot. This actually is frame 2. Darn. Okay. Let's fix this. I realized that what I'm making is a more extreme pose. And it's not going to link up with the settling frame that I just made. So let's reverse this. If that now leads to like this, it's too much, right? So I can do an intermediate frame here. I'm not sure how good this will look. Hard to tell. I think this will link up fine. Right? There are such better programs for this, and I'm making it work with this one, but wow, it's clear. Okay, so this is the settling into idle, which would be fine. It's actually pretty gentle settle, so I do have room to play with this. I can do this. Okay, so there. Going backwards to there. Going backwards to there. Okay, cool. So what I need on the first frame is actually between... Okay, the other extreme. I need the other extreme. You know, I kind of do want that arm. Yeah. Maybe this. Here's why. I'm going to try this one way. And I'm going to try it this way. So one way to do it is to say, yeah, he's weak as heck. He's only just going to swing his hammer up and down. It's really all he has. Nothing big here. Yeah. Yeah, actually this won't work. I can already tell this is not going to work because it's too much of an extreme action. This is so not going to work. Dude. Can already tell. Yeah, this is not going to work. I can tell. I can tell. I can tell. This. Yeah, let's just duplicate this because I know this is not going to work. I know for a fact. I can already see it. Is his hammer going back? Yep, sure is. But does this read? No, totally does not. And what's more, I mean, going from there to there is not bad. I can see that. That makes sense. But going from the idle pose, which is closer to this, to there, does not make sense. Does it? Huh. I'm having second thoughts. Okay, so let's put that in the maybe pile. It certainly looks like a weak attack. It definitely looks like a weak attack. Absolutely reads as just the weakest attack. So, if we did this instead, what does this look like? This is an even more extreme pose. This is not going to work either. Alright. From there to there. And then on to there. Wow, there's no arcs going on. This is terrible. Every time I rotate this, it blends it a little more, and I don't like that, but I need to find this look. Oops. Yeah, a little stupid. So I'm looking at as this arc here, which I guess is a little bit better. From here to here. As opposed to from here to here. I'm actually leaning more toward this one. It looks dumb. I'm comparing these two for how well the eye can read what's happening. I think I'm more inclined to say that reads better because it matches this frame easier. Wow, it actually does. Okay. So this is the actual... I'm going to call this alternate. Okay. Boy, I think of all the animation sets for this guy, this is absolutely the weakest in terms of quality of animation. Okay. See, this is why I saved the frames, though. I can come back and fix it later, so I will. Okay, cool. Hey, did we do the engineer? Attack, idle, walk, hit, death, build. I say walk? Yeah. I think we did them all. Oh, cheer. Right. Let's do cheer. Cheering. Did I do cheer already? Bro, I did cheer already. Cool. Hey, we're done. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the engineer in our game. More towers. We are going to take away the ability to just build because you will need to have an engineer to build. You can't build a tower or a barricade until you have an engineer. And at that time, the engineer could go to that location and build. And then you've got tower being spawned and being progressed because the engineer does what they do. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to convince myself. This is the engineer. We're going to do archer next. And then, along with our marauder, we're going to have a healer and our wizard, of course. I'm not doing these now. No. I'm going to do these later. But hey, we have an engineer. And cool. Cleaned up the frames and then did all of the cleaned up the elements of the frame, including the glasses, right? The head, right? So these separate pieces can be used. And then we set these pieces together for each of the frames of the animation set on this character. And I think we have a path forward for the other characters too. So if I import these frames, do the pipeline, get the frames in the game, I can work on implementing him so he does what engineers do. And I might do that before I move on to, or come back and do Archer frames, because this took a good few hours. Let's be honest. This took a few hours, and that's not bad. It's just that I would like to be fresh and do the next character with an equal amount of attention and time and rest and stuff like that. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, did you know we have this game? It's called More Towers. It's for chat. Chat gets to play this game. And chat gets to play this game no matter what I'm doing. If it's boring coding or art, they can play this. That's the point. That's why we're doing this. It's taken about a month so far. Given how fast we just did the engineer, and I say fast because I didn't know if I was going to get it done today, but it looks like we did. We could finish this game in a week or so. That's pretty good. Just in time for the holidays. A game for chat. Isn't that nice? I think we were supposed to like play some games, but this is fun. I like this better. I prefer doing this. True. And so I will stream when I can. Mondays are not a day I can, but some other day. And we do want to do more artwork, and I can try and implement, say, the engineer off stream. Speaking of implementation, I've already written a shader for the archer. The archer is going to pull back a bow and shoot the arrow. Well, right, but like what angle do they shoot at? Because some shots are going to try and go as far as they can, and so he's going to angle up at a 45-degree angle, and it's going to arc way over and go far. Other times, the archer's going to be up in the tower and actually shooting down. So I made a shader to have a layer of the archer pointing up or down. And I did that specifically for the archer because I know I'm going to need it. It's going to make it look better. And yeah, that's one of the things I did recently. Yada, 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 yada. Can I be done? Jeez. Have fun. Take care. Do well. Be good. Stay safe. See ya.